We'd love to have you work in the fields with us.
Work in the field?
That's part of that.
Senator, I'm a house nigger. No,
But condemnation from critics was swift and unrelenting, a growing chorus on social media calling for Maher to be fired. HBO, which airs real time, called his use of the N-word completely inexcusable and tasteless. And on Saturday, Maher issued a statement apologizing, writing in part, "I regret the word I used in the banter of a live moment. The word was offensive and I regret saying it, and am very sorry."
It's not as if black people in the house were any better off than people in the field. Both of them were subject to slave dominance, hegemony, hatred, rape, and the like. And as a result of that, people think that that's insensitive.
I actually had this conversation with Jay-Z when he was saying we can take the power back, we can take the power out of the word, we're changing the power. I go, you will never change it for that family.
Right.
You will never change it for the people for whom it was the last word they heard when they were hung or they were dismembered or they were, degraded. So I now know it's an argument I'm not gonna win. I'm not gonna win it, not in my lifetime.
When I hear my homie say it, it don't feel like venom. When I hear a white person say it feel like that knife stabbing me, even if they don't mean it.
I've always known that I'm not a nigger. But if I am not the nigger, and if it's true that your invention reveals you, then who is the nigger?
Hello everybody and welcome to the Wake Up Report. And this is one of those very few times that I wish I was popular enough to appear on somebody's show, because black people dodge this issue to no end. Black people refuse to confront this nigger word head on and deal with it head on. We are always making excuses. We are always trying to point the finger at somebody else, white people in particular, for their usage of the word, when we are just as guilty of using the word as any white person who uses it. Bill Maher makes a house nigger joke on his show, and the joke did not go over very well. Blacks supposedly were just enraged and insulted, and hey man, everybody just went head hunting for Bill Maher, who I thought should not have apologized. And every self-appointed Negro, I guess, who feels that they can speak for all of black America, came forward, from the useless and outdated NAACP to race pimp Al Sharpton. They all came out and basically just dogged Mr. Maher and demanded an apology. His remarks were unacceptable. Even black comedians, from Kevin Hart, Wayne Brady, I guess others. I mean, everybody just kind of had their take on what Maher said. All of you are a bunch of friggin' hypocrites. You don't demand apologies from Jay-Z or 50 Cent or Lil Wayne or Birdman or 2 Chainz or Chris Brown or Nicki Minaj. Any of these people who throw the word nigger around like it was nothing. You don't demand apologies from them. You don't say how outrageous, how insensitive, how demeaning the word nigger is when black people say it. You never confront the issue of black people calling each other niggers every 0.2 seconds. It comes out of their mouth just as easily as they breathe in air. My personal opinion is that black people have a mental sickness behind the word nigger. That word has been hammered into your psyche and you cannot stop saying it. It's like an alcoholic, saying, well, there is water in alcohol, so the benefits of alcohol is that I am drinking water. There are no benefits to the word nigger. I don't care how you spell it. As a matter of fact, most of you niggers show how dumb you are because you're not spelling it correctly. It's not N-I-G-G-A-Z or however it is you want to think. You've reworded it to make it mean something else. The word is nigger. N-I-G-G-E-R. And the word nigger means dumb, stupid, brutish, a useless class of individual, and that is attributed to members of the black and African race. So for those of you blacks who say that white people can be niggers too, that's a bunch of crap. For anybody out there who tries to rationalize the usage of this word, the word has been hammered into your psyche so much that you cannot stop saying it. Why don't you just say white people? When it comes to the word nigger, you've won. You've poisoned black people's brains to the point that they have been unable to stop saying that word. And show me, if you want to shut me up, where using the word nigger has resulted, because a lot of you call it a term of endearment. We flipped it around and it means love. It means my brother. Show me where black people using the word nigger has resulted in peace, love, harmony, and self-respect towards one's black brother. If you can show me that, I'll shut up. But you're not going to be able to show me that, because every time the word nigger is used by a black person, some type of violence follows shortly thereafter. All of your nigger rappers, when they use the word nigger, they're not using it as a term of endearment. Why does it always accompany? They're going to shoot somebody, they're going to kill somebody, they're going to stab somebody, they're going to do something heinous to somebody. So that term of endearment crap is a load of crap. So Mr. Maher does the predictable thing, and he invites some black people on his show so they beat him up publicly on air, and that somehow makes black people feel good that Ice Cube and Michael Eric Dyson and Simone Sanders, they're going to beat up on this white man, and they're just going to admonish him for using the word nigger, and that's going to make us feel so good that Ice Cube got one in on Mr. Maher. Well, let me show you why Ice Cube is a freaking hypocrite. You sit there and you say, when Bill Maher and whites use the word nigger, it's like turning a knife in black people. Well, apparently you don't mind turning a knife in black people because you built an entire career off of the word nigger. You and NWA use that word more times than I can imagine. So why is it okay for you to put the knife into black people and turn it, and it's not okay for white people to do it? If you listen to Ice Cube talk, he's having a hard time trying to really make his point, because he has no point. There's no excuse for using the word nigger. That knife turning feeling that you feel when a white person says it is because in your psyche, in your heart of hearts, they're using that word in its proper context, and that's why it hurts. But because black people don't give a damn about other black people, and they damn sure don't give a damn about other black people's feelings, you don't care if you say the word nigger to black people, because it doesn't mean the same thing to you. It doesn't have the same levels of hurt to you, because you've shielded yourself from those levels of hurt, that pain, that knife twisting that you're talking about in favor to make money. Now, I'm not saying that you can't use the word nigger, because Ice Cube produced, 3 of the most brilliant rap albums on the planet. So with America's Most Wanted being the best piece of work that he's ever produced. And he used the word nigger in that album, but he used it in its proper context. The problem is that black people use this word and they don't use it in its proper context. If they did, they wouldn't be calling each other niggers. Number 2, you defiantly tell Bill Maher that that's our word now. We've taken that word. That word belongs to us and nobody else can use it. That is a load of crap. Black people did not create the word nigger, and you do not control what you do not create. As if a bunch of black people sitting around saying, hey, let's come up with the word nigger, a word that is debasing and demoralizing and puts us down, and we'll just use it on our people and nobody else can say it. That makes absolutely no sense. So you, Jay-Z, and anybody else who tries to come up with a lame excuse as to why you using that word nigger has helped poison the black community has nothing to say about it. So no matter what you say, Ice Cube, no matter how successful you have been outside of NWA, no matter the movies and even all the stuff that you do for kids, the problem is that seed that you planted way back in the 80s with NWA, the fruits of that tree that you grew, we're dealing with right now. So the rappers today whose minds are just polluted and corrupt, they don't look at Are We There Yet? They don't look at Barbershop. What they look at is NWA. They look at what you did, and that's where they get their inspiration from. And the problem with rappers like you who try to stand up and make a defense out of the word nigger is that if you come out against it, your money stops. Those very niggers that you exploited and feed into, they will turn on on you, they will no longer support you, and you don't want to interrupt that money. So you are a total hypocrite when it comes to that word. I'm not saying that you're a bad person. What I'm saying is you, like so many other blacks, try to make a lame excuse for the word nigger and why black people cannot stop saying it. Michael Eric Dyson, your lofty rhetoric and clever speeches, all right, man, that stuff is old and it's tired. You were corrupted by rap music. You tried to make an excuse for Jay-Z to the point to where you teaching a class on Jay-Z and trying to pass him off as some type of an American icon, when in fact Jay-Z was a drug dealer who sold death to little black kids before he became a rapper. But that's somehow okay with you. You got caught up in celebrity and you compromised yourself severely. And now you try to sit here and explain in some lofty, educated way why it's wrong for Bill Maher to use the word nigger, but rappers can use it because they changed a letter on it or something like that, and because it somehow means something different in the lexicon of black language and all that lofty rhetoric crap. I'm sick of it. Why don't you stand up and say what needs to be said? From slavery to the lynching era to the civil rights era, that word does not mean anything other than the use it was intended for, which is to berate, belittle, put down blacks and keep their minds in a subordinate position and in a constant state of agitation and aggravation. And Simone Sanders, one of the most idiotic people that I've ever seen and heard. You're just like nails on a chalkboard. So you there, all you're there for probably is just a ratings hook. It's like LeVar Ball. You know your big mouth is going to say something that's going to make news. So I ain't even going to deal with you. Instead of going for the obvious, which was to bring some black people on your show to let them beat up on you so black people could have a feel-good moment, what you should have done was you should have challenged them about the word nigger. Why is it that you people say it all the time? Why is it that you people have built an empire off of the word nigger, and when I use it in a joke, you want to get all over me and jump all over me? It's easier to jump on a white person for saying it than it is to confront a black person for saying it. And why don't you Michael Eric Dyson? Why don't you Simone Sanders? Why don't you Ice Cube and anybody else who wants to jump on me about it? Why don't you get on your own people first? Because basically, since black people have made an empire off of that word, you've built record industries, you've built everything off of that word nigger, you have given everybody the license to say it. So don't be mad when they want to use it and it upsets you that they use it. It hits you in your gut, because when a white person or somebody else says it, they say it the way it's meant to be said. That's how your mind perceives it. That's how your heart and your soul perceives it. As a matter of fact, Jennifer Lopez doesn't hate black people, so why'd you jump all over her when she said it? She's been living around black people her whole life. She's been around the word nigger her whole life. So when she puts it in a record of hers, why do you jump all over her about it? So I gave you a pretty good cross-section of how people feel about the word nigger, as far back as James Baldwin, all the way to Killer Mike, all the way to obviously Ice Cube and Dyson and Oprah, and so on. I got to roll with Oprah. This is not a battle we're going to win in our lifetime. Because black people worship money so much now, all of these people who have gotten paid off of the word nigger, for a lot of ignorant blacks, as long as a nigger getting paid, that's all they care about. White people, you've won. The word nigger is going to keep us in a constant subordinate state, and our mental slavery is such that we do not see the connection between the word nigger and the condition that a lot of us are in today. When it comes to the word nigger, black people's minds are just gone. White people, you have succeeded, okay? You've taken that word and you have browbeat us with that word for so long that it is simply a part of our daily living. It is like getting up, brushing your teeth, breathing oxygen, drinking water, and eating food. Much like the woman who swears her husband loves her because he beats her, we have beaten ourselves up with the word nigger to the point where we just accept it as a part of our daily life. You want white people and other people to stop saying the word nigger no matter how they say it, no matter how they spell it. If it's N-I-G-G-A-Z, N-I-G-A-Z, or however it is. You want white people to stop saying it, you stop saying it first. Because nobody is going to, and nor should they, respect anybody who doesn't respect themselves. This is KTM and the Wake Up Report saying, think a little bit. It will do wonders for you.